Now we are witnessing history in the making. We're talking about the just ended elections in Botswana and the beginning of a new era. After all those years, African nations would have been liberated. This is the first time we are seeing a smooth transmission of power, a smooth transitioning of power, a smooth. We see the exiting president right here. What is he doing? He is speaking.
They can't be allowed to win. But perhaps as president, like I said in my statement, I thank them. I appeal to them to remain calm. They must rally behind the new government, and the public service must do the same. Because the principle we work by is that the public service is apolitical. They serve the government of the day. So I expect all focus to shift and stand ready to take instruction and subscribe to the dictates of the new administration.
So this is a leadership by definition. He makes another speech conceding to the defeat, and that is democracy by definition. The reason why we would be having democratic societies and democracy is civilization, so that we become human beings and not act like gorillas.
Morning, Gideon. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Yeah.
Now that would be a call of the outgoing president and the incoming president of Botswana. As we can hear, the incoming president here, Duma Boko, is still in shock, as we can hear from the sound of his voice.
And I've arrived. I'm about to start the press conference. I want to congratulate you and wish you the best. I'm going to concede to having lost the election through a democratic process that we've all...
So here we can see it is a President Masisi who makes the initiative to call the incoming president and to help him to hand over to transition.
We subscribe to. And thank Botswana for the very peaceful manner in which they conducted this election.
Thanks Botswana for the very peaceful manner which they conduct the election. It is the people who can conduct the peaceful election or the violence. It will be just violence. Violence, vandalism, violent banditry.
Thank all parties that participated, including my own and members. And I will let them know that from tomorrow, or at your convenience, if you want to do it on Monday, you can do it. I'll start the process of...
So, he's talking about something. If you want to do it tomorrow, we can do it. If you want to do it Monday, we can do it.
That from tomorrow, or at your convenience, if you want to do it on Monday, you can do it.
So we can see there's high levels of honor there, right? There is honor, there is integrity. Integrity. It's honorable people with integrity. By definition, what should be?
Start the process of handover, and you can count on me to always be there to provide whatever information.
You can count on me should you need anything, assistance on anything. You can give me a call. Since I am the president who was there, and you are the president who is coming, because maybe there will be a time when you need, you don't know what to do. Like we would see him talking about a holiday. Botswanans are suggesting a holiday, so we get an insight into him as a person, who this guy is as a person. Who is he?
Whatever guidance you might want, I will serve this republic loyally. We will retreat to being a loyal opposition,
we will retreat to being a loyal opposition. Why does he mention to being a loyal opposition? That is very brilliant. Just that it's a reflection of what politics is all about. What is politics? Here in Africa, we take politicking as real life. When it's time for a political debate, it is a political debate. It does not mean we are friends or we are enemies. It's a political debate. When it's done, it's done. There is no vindication or vendetta or any other satanic tendencies. Here on the image now we see the new president being sworn in.
Just a quick one. I know maybe you are busy, but just a word to Botswana. And also, was this the result that you expected?
Yes. In certain instances.
All right. So she asked, was this the result that you expected? And then he says yes. So usually if a person asks this question and the person asking the question is a person who doesn't think, they may feel offended on this. Not that you asked somebody, did you expect to be elected to win? And they answer your question, which you would have asked with a yes, which is a yes/no question. And when somebody says yes, and when they expected it, some people can think that they are now angered by it, or they should be angered by it. Some people can actually be disturbed by it. In most cases, this case highlights something that is buried deep in our subconscious minds, and with that we can get an insight on how the human being operates and how they can be manipulated and can open my gateways and doorways to evil spirits. We can see here the president. This is the first time he would be speaking. He is visibly moved. He can't speak. He has no power. Nothing. He can't believe what just happened.
It's shock in terms of the numbers.
He can't walk physically. That's the amount of shock he is and moved.
And the intensity with which people attended to the vote. I'm humbled.
Of which people attended to the vote. So, by his language, attended to, he wanted to say election, then he said the vote. The vote doesn't mean putting an X on the paper. That's not voting.
Truly humbled. Pledge to them.
I can only pledge to them.
I will do the very best. And as I told them, where I fail and fault, I will look to them to guide and to assist. And that's
So we are seeing things changing for us Africans. This is a new one. This is a new one in Africa. Oh, after all these years, it is it's sad and it's a pity. Some of the things we don't look at them. Some of the things we overlook them. Right, but we should be very much ashamed of ourselves, of the slow rate and pace which we are moving. Oh, if we will not be ashamed of it, at least let us be humble people. Be a humble people. Humble. Humility. Not a humbled people. Another scene where we get an insight into who Duma Boko is this one.
History does not offer us any blueprints. History offers us counsel and examples
of how to do things and how perhaps not to do them. So those who think we go to history and we find some system complete, we call it capitalism, we bring it and we apply it. Or we find some system complete, socialism, they are wrong. We have to identify solutions sometimes through them here that work for our context.
Now that is just a brief look into the type of person he is by just that short excerpt. So we'll do a more in-depth video on that. But for now, we can see who he as a person is.
History does not offer us any truth. They are wrong.
So this guy is an active thinker who doesn't believe that a recipe for cooking eggs can be used for potatoes. He is an active thinker. And then he goes on deeper with some philosophies there. But if that is the type of direction he is going, this guy, Botswana is destined for greatness. Dr. Clarence, TV7 Live.